Hello and welcome. If you haven't watched the Swedish Institute Scholarship, you are really missing out because you need to apply because you have limited time. If you are planning your 2023 to move abroad and you are planning to get a scholarship, try the Swedish Institute Scholarship. It's really good scholarship. 110,000 Kenya shillings per month and a grant of 150,000 shillings as your first grant. It's not a big job, it's a good money. I think you can start it with it. So we have discussed all of it, but again I have a footage here for what we discussed about the culture shock and the experiences here in Sweden for the scholarship holders. But before I post the video, I wanted to also to remind you that on 28th 9:30 p.m. we are going live to discuss about job opportunities with one of our own, a Kenyan who got a job here. We are going to discuss his experience, of course, in job application and also how he got the job, and we will also answer questions about which countries are better for foreigners in the European Union, because each country has got its own labor regulations on how to employ foreigners and something like this. So if you are interested in this kind of topic, join our live so that we can do it together. And if you haven't applied for the Swedish scholarship, not the scholarship but admission, you should apply it because we don't have time. Time is limited. The deadline could be 7th of January. So you need to apply first for the school before you apply for the scholarship. So keep in mind that we have two deadlines. One for you have to have admission from the school before the applying for the scholarship. So take your documents and apply. It's very easy. You can start you apply first, then other process will follow, like select your universities and courses. And if you are applying and you get stuck in any way, now we have time. We are still in Christmas. If I get more than 10 people who are stuck, we can show it also live on how we can do everything, how we can choose courses and universities together. So if you'll be stuck and you want assistance in any way, feel free to comment. We will try to see if we can go live or have a video together and see how we can apply together. Thank you so much.
Dan
Yes.
Okay. Dan official.
Culture shocks in me, like why are you shocked in any way?
Well, for me, like, yes, maybe the first few days because you are away from your country, you're away from your family members, and then honestly, like, you don't know anyone from here. And, well, yes, there is a huge difference between the cultures, so it takes time to adapt. And not a shock maybe, but then you're just like the first few days, you are, I mean, you would be sad because you're away from family and you are like all alone. So, but it gets really better when you meet people. It's just the first 2 weeks. So once the semester starts and you're so busy working out assignments and you find friends, so I think you adapt to the environment pretty easily if you find the right friends, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was not a shock for me, like not a cultural shock, because I think the Western world is something that we know about, like through movies or stuff. So there was some sort of expectation. But I think, as Dirini said, like wherever you move to, like even if the culture is similar to where you come from, if it's a new place, it's always a bit difficult, right? Because you don't know anyone, you don't know who to talk to, who you don't want to talk to, and you don't know how the people will react. So of course it takes you some time because everything is quite new. But yeah, it was not sort of a cultural shock, and I think it's also important, like now, like we're in this time, like where there's so much of information available on the internet. Like I would suggest anyone who's going abroad or like moving to a different place, you can just search up, because that gives you a lot of information, like things like how the weather would be, what kind of clothes you should carry, what you should expect, like how are the people and stuff. Everything is available on the internet nowadays, so it's important. Like how much you seek for information, you get that. So that's also important when you're moving.
Yeah, and I think even the university provided us with an introduction and about how to adapt and stuff like that as well. I think all the universities do that. So and also we have this Freshers Week and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
and
true.
so like if you are there on those days,
You
then
get
you
to meet
might
people.
you get to meet new people. Yeah. But we miss that.
Yeah.